Hello and welcome to the Impact Dynamics podcast.
I'm Andy Little.
My name is Rusty.
I found out I shoot better after losing something.
That's right, and tonight we talk about the PRS finale and the Golden Yeets.
Yeah,
let's
do
get
it.
Match director, mate. Match director. Hello, Andy.
Hooray!
Hooray! Hope that's enough.
We need your vote.
Now we've caught up to where we are on the podcast.
All right, go on back.
Roll the outro. Well, hello, Andy.
Hello, Rusty.
It has been a long time, mate.
It's been a few weeks.
It's been a long time since we've recorded a podcast, hasn't
Yes,
it?
definitely.
Yeah. Josh is here.
I am here.
Hello.
I'm remembering how to press buttons again.
You got a lot of buttons in front of you.
I do. Yeah.
Okay. All right, very good. Well, it is a few weeks now after the 2022 Vortex PRS finale here in Australia. And Andy,
Yes.
you didn't win it.
Nah.
Thought about it.
Yeah, I thought about it.
But we want to delve into it.
Yes.
We want to delve into it.
And we should.
We should. But before we do,
For our listeners.
for our listeners, because there is a little trophy sitting there.
There is.
And that's got something to do with the finale because it says finale on it. But I just want to tease towards the end of the show. For those who are familiar with the Golden Yeets, the Golden Yeets coming back. In fact, we are only 2 episodes away, so not next episode. The one after is the Golden Yeets. So stay tuned. We're going to talk about all the categories and the how to vote. But effectively, if you know what you're doing, you can head to the website, impactdynamics.com.au, and you can go and vote. It's all there. There is also a Facebook event if you actually want to come and join us in this room for the Golden Yeets. We have a live studio audience, perhaps.
Let's do it.
All 3 of you.
Yep.
But that will be good fun. So anyway, more details on that shortly. But finale. Let's talk about the finale.
Yeah.
Andy, you went into the finale with some challenges.
I did. It was probably a week and a half before the finale, maybe closer to 2 weeks. I had an outrageous pain in my stomach area, abdomen.
Yes.
Behind my abs.
Behind
all
your
of
abs. Wow. All right. That deep.
Yeah.
That deep.
And turned out I needed to go to hospital to get my appendix removed.
Right.
So
I mean, that's taken sort of like,
yeah.
Weight reduction to a pretty serious level for a finale.
Well, at that point, I was looking at the series scores, and I was sort of like,
I need an edge here.
I need an edge, and I got to donate something to the PRS gods here. Like, I need to give something up.
Give something up. Yeah. Okay. Some sacrifices were made.
That's right.
Right. So, how were you feeling? We saw you when you arrived. How were you feeling when you got there?
When I got to on the Friday,
on Little River. Yeah. When you rolled into Little River.
Yeah, definitely.
You got there Thursday, didn't you?
Yeah, I did actually. Thursday night sort of thing.
Yep.
Yeah, look, a little bit tender, a little bit sore, but wasn't in pain. Like it was, I think I recovered quite well.
Yep.
Like after speaking to a few people.
You Wolverined it.
Yeah, they were like, what are you doing, like moving around and going to a match? What are you doing driving? You should be lying down for the next 3 weeks.
Yeah, right.
And so apparently I recovered quite well. I think the doctors really kicked me out of there, or they knew that I was okay post-surgery when I said to them, I hope you left the glossary and the index behind. You can take them as well. Get it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
It's good.
Tough
I have a problem at the moment. I've got this lemon that's coming out of my drink that I want to change to I was drinking gin and now I want to change to whiskey.
You know what?
And
I thought that was an orange.
Yeet.
It's a reloading orange now.
Let's see how long that stays there for. Next podcast.
Will you be able to see that in the next episode? Probably. All right. Sorry. So you made a bad dad joke.
Yeah. And then, they just sort of looked at me and went, yeah, he's good to go.
Should be all right.
But no, top like effort. Like, thanks to those guys. They stitched me up well.
Top effort by you.
Yeah. They stitched me up well. They must have looked at me and said, we better throw a few more into him because he's not staying still.
Gotcha. All right.
Well, I think I've recovered pretty well. But going into the match, I was pretty cautious because I was told if I do push it too hard, I could end up with a hernia and, cause a lot more internal damage and things. So I took a couple of weights off the rifle because it was at 9 kilo and I was told can't lift anything more than 5 kilos for 6 weeks. So a week and a half in, I thought, maybe an 8 kilo rifle will do.
That should be fine.
That should be fine.
Technically correct.
Yeah. So, yeah, it took a bit of weight off and I just said to myself, I'm just going to take it easy, do the stages I can, not push myself too hard.
Because last episode you were basically anticipating just being slow and just go for it and go out and do what you could.
Have a bit of fun. I thought if there was stages with heaps of positional movement and changes, I'd just maybe do a couple of positions, take it easy.
Yep.
But I think as soon as you sort of got up there and like, the adrenaline started kicking in, I was like, you know what, I'll give this a bit of a crack.
Yep.
But you're still cautious.
Yeah, you did take it slow generally.
Yeah.
Which may have paid off very well on Saturday.
Yes, on Saturday it did.
So Saturday was probably the worst conditions I've seen for a PRS match.
Very changey conditions.
Now, we've had pretty significant wins at some matches.
Yes.
We have had some pretty switchy wins at matches.
Mm-hmm.
We've had sometimes some pretty decent switchy wins at matches.
Yeah.
We've never had what we had on Saturday at the finale.
No.
That was full-on wins that were the switchiest wins. It was...
And
it looked like Josh editing a TikTok.
Yeah.
It was just all over the place.
and rain coming in for like 10, 15 minutes and then passing and then sunshine and then rain. And, it was...
We've dealt with rain before. Rain's not the concerning thing. That wind was challenging.
It was very interesting.
Very challenging.
I must say that weekend I learned a lot about wind and I learned a lot about tripods.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to delve into that a little bit deeper in a moment. But day number 1.
Yes.
So from what I'm told, of course I didn't shoot, but it was like to the point where you would get down behind the gun, you'd do everything lined up, you'd be on the target, you'd make a wind call. By the time you pull the trigger, the wind would change.
Yep. It was like that.
It was, even from the start of pulling the trigger to the end of pulling the trigger, it had changed.
Yep. I definitely witnessed a few guys. They would be just before the beeper. They look around, check out the wind, and you'd think, "Yep, sweet, they've got this." The first round might miss just off the left, and it's like, okay, they didn't hold quite enough.
Yep.
They've moved position, or 10, 15 seconds later, they've obviously seen that, corrected, but in that meantime, the wind's changed, and then they're missing way off.
Change direction.
Yeah, change direction, and they're missing right off the right. It was tough. And there were times where I was looking through with the binoculars, I'd see a target that was sort of close, maybe let's say 300 meters.
Yep.
And the splash from that target would drift up and left. And then another target further to the right of the range, maybe 450 meters, the splash and the dust would move up to the right. And you're just like, what?
It is all going on.
Yeah.
And so, look, have a look. Is there any stages from day 1? Josh, you've got some photos or something from some of the stages?
Yeah.
I do. I do have some photos.
Do you know which ones they are? Can we jump ahead, or have you got them all in order and planned?
I do have them in an order so that if you start at the front of the matchbook, I'll be happy with you.
Sweet.
Don't do that. Definitely don't do that.
So we're going to go to the last stage.
All right, on day 1, are there any particular stages that stand out? We got riding low there.
So I started out on riding low.
Oh, that's so you started stage 1. All right, cool.
And I'd say that was maybe one of the hardest ones for me. I mean, it was prone and it was all low to the ground, but that was the first time I had laid down belly first on my guts, and I was like, oh, I can feel that. That is tender.
Yeah, right. Very good.
Yeah, just ran it slow.
Was riding low anything interesting, or is it not? We're just skipping over that one.
Yeah, we'll skip over that one. It was just
good because I don't have a photo from anyone shooting that.
It was just a bunch of different prone positions, really.
Good.
Barbecue blues. Oh, jogging my memory here. Not jogging it.
Not jogging it. You didn't jog. You were too sore.
Oh, this was with the chopping blocks again.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. The old chopping blocks and the pile of timber.
Yep. So a couple of shots off the axe head, and then a couple of shots off the handle, and then off a bit of timber, I believe.
A pile of timber, I believe. Was that correct? Josh, have you got a photo of that one?
I do have a photo of that one.
It was.
Look at that. We've got Anthony.
Here we go.
Anthony. Oh, we'll get onto Hardy's a little bit later. We've got some stuff from them to give away.
Very
Stay
good.
tuned.
That's cool. We can see it.
Oh, nice. Cool. Very good. All right.
Should we go to...
Yeah, go to the next one. Tell us about one that you really... Well, we touch on each one and then tell us about the one that you like the most. So barbecue blues, right?
I like the most.
A couple that you like the most. What have we got there?
Pedal to the metal.
Pedal to the metal. What was that one there, Josh? You got the pedal to the metal photo.
Yeah, that was a bit of running back forth. You had to go run back and grab some extra rounds.
How'd you go with that one? Did you take it slow?
Yeah.
Was running not...
I didn't run. I mean, it was a short sort of distance. It was a brisk walk.
Okay, a brisk walk.
Yeah, but that's like when you don't have far to travel, sometimes that's better because you're not getting the heart rate.
The pace.
Yeah, you're not getting the heart rate right up. And skill stage 2.
Mm-hmm.
That target of skill stage 2 was the biggest target for the day. Yeah. So when we're talking a PRS finale.
Shout out to Trent for the course of fire. It was a tough course of fire, and intentionally so.
Yeah.
But no one was expecting wind that savage.
Yeah.
I mean, Little River is renowned for tough wind.
Yeah, definitely.
But not that.
That was
you had the guys
hectic.
who were the Little River experts, just like, what is going on?
Yeah, definitely. But I found it funny as the skill stage was the largest target.
Largest target for the weekend.
Which is fair enough.
Sounds right. Sounds right. There was some real small stuff.
Burning rubber.
Burning rubber.
I do have something from Burning Rubber.
All right, what do we got
Josh
there?
has got some technical challenges.
To start with,
there we go.
People can see here is the course of fire.
First skill stage 2.
Skill stage
If
2.
anyone's interested.
Pretty standard in the PRS rulebook.
Yep, should we quickly read that one out?
Go for it, Andy.
All right, you got
for those
90
who missed it.
Yeah, 90-second time. You got 8 rounds, unlimited equipment, and the targets, a single target at 365 metres. Shooter starts port arms, magazine in, bolt back 2 metres behind the firing line. On the start signal, shooter will move to the barricade and choose one of the 4 firing positions designated and engage the target with 2 rounds only. Shooter will then move to the remaining firing positions in any order and engage the target with 2 rounds from each position. There were a few different strategies to this.
Okay.
This is where I think people decided. Now,
that's not the stage.
That's burning rubber, mate.
We wind it back from that one.
Wind it back.
Josh.
Oh, that's
Which
us.
one are we on?
Hello.
Tell me which one we're on.
Hey,
that's
we're on
me.
the camera.
Hey.
Look, we're on the television.
Cheers.
Cheers. All right, cool. Sorry. We don't normally get to see ourselves. And,
No, that's it.
It's a horrible sight.
Got excited.
Yeah, good. Okay, back to the skill stage. Now, so this is normally a pretty not mundane stage, but it's one that people know that they're comfortable with.
Yep.
There it is.
Skill stage.
Skill stage. Yep.
And it's one that is generally won on time.
Yep.
Yeah, people sort of push through pretty hard.
Yeah.
So
and I would have thought for a typical decent shooter at a PRS finale on a nice day, a lot of us should be cleaning this.
Good half the field, if not the majority.
Definitely on a nice day. Now, the weather we had and the winds were very challenging. So it was surprising how many people did miss this target. And I saw a lot of people for like using tripod rear.
Yep.
Just to really spot where they're missing and trying to get a good steady position. So the times on this sort of stage definitely went a lot higher than they typically would.
They were high.
Because normally people are just using a single bag, getting really steady. But over this weekend, the use of tripods as a rear support increased dramatically.
It did. Shout out to Tristan Wright.
Tristan.
Who top scored and got the time.
Yep.
Now, Tristan did it in 55.94, which was the fastest of the
That's
day.
Good. Yeah.
If you said that for any other match, that would be slow. Not to say Tristan shot
not slow, but that'd be up there. It'd be quick.
Well, no, because you often see these into the 40s, if not quicker.
That's still a good time, though. All right.
For the day, it was an exceptional time.
Yeah.
Exactly right. Not to say Tristan. What I'm saying is Tristan didn't shoot slowly.
No.
So if you're thinking, 55 is fairly, nearly 56 seconds is fairly long for that stage. You're right, until you saw the conditions.
That's it.
And Tristan did extremely well.
Yeah.
So shout out to Tristan. I thought he got a little prize for that on the day as well, actually.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah,
so an interesting one.
Definitely was.
The school stage actually became very, very interesting on the day.
Yeah. A lot of people using tripod rear for the majority of the stage or the whole stage.
Only 3 people top, 3, 4, no, a little bit more. 6 people top scored.
Yep, I think I dropped one.
Very, he definitely did, Andy.
Yeah. But I decided to just use the tripod rear on the first position, sort of get that wind call, and then just
go
hammer through it.
Very good. Burning rubber. We had a photo from that one. Is this one you said was interesting?
That was good fun. So that was all off
tell
of
us,
some
tell
large
us about
tires.
this. Yeah.
All right. So again, we've got 90 seconds, 10 rounds, unlimited equipment, although that equipment had to be within arm's reach at all times.
Oh, right. So you got to do these ones.
That's it.
This is what I was doing, again. Josh. This thing.
Yep.
Yeah. Coming for landing.
So we got two targets, 190 millimeter at 435 meters and a 150 millimeter at 377. 150 mils, that's not big.
It's not big.
Not big.
Anyway. Not small, but it's not big. You got caught up on the not big thing.
Yeah.
Start having some emotional baggage go along with that.
Heard that somewhere before.
All right, cool. Carry on.
All right. Shooter start, port arms, magazine in, bolt back 2 meters behind the firing line. On the start signal, shooter will move to the tyres and engage the near and far targets with 1 round each. Hit or miss, shooter will repeat until all positions have been fired from. So a relatively basic brief. You know, what was it? Near then far, move position, near then far, move position.
Yep.
1 round each. And I really enjoyed it because, you know, with those tyres, they were big, large tyres, and you could, again, quite easily just run it with one bag. But a lot of the guys were using tripod rear, again, just to purely spot their misses, try and see their impacts and get as steady as possible.
Yep. And so, yeah. So this was the stage number 5. So you were halfway through your day on this particular day.
Yep.
Andy. And so how were you feeling, like with a sore gut and points wise and all that sort of gear? Were you checking in on other people? Were you?
Yeah.
How was the day?
I wasn't really noticing any like soreness or anything. I wasn't aching too bad. Yep. But I was definitely cautious of it.
Yep.
In
terms of the drugs that you're on.
Yeah. Well, I did crack a couple of Panadol, you know, just to make sure.
Yep.
Good. And then in terms of point wise, it was tricky because of the conditions. I'm scoring like, you know, 6s, 5s, 7s, and they're out of like 10s, 12 points per stage. And you're like, oh, I'm really, you know, struggling here. I'm not seeing like, you know, big points. But then again, I'd say that's all right because I'm running it slow. I'm just taking my time, so I was happy with it. So at that point, I was just cruising along. I hadn't really thought about the points too much until later on in that day when I think it sort of came to the last couple of stages and I got a couple of taps on the shoulder.
Yeah, okay. So we had a few more stages after that. We had splitting barricades. Actually, no, I'll check in with you, Josh. How are you going halfway through the day? You had a buddy this time coming along and filming and editing with you. How was that?
It was good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
No, it was
good. Now I know why we crossed the Josh.
Acceptable.
Yeah. For
good answers.
For some quality content there.
No, we had come up with a game plan on Friday.
Right.
And we pretty much just stuck to that game plan where for the first hour, we both went out there running around with cameras, filming everything. And then after that hour, we sent the editor off into the little cafe. I think he got the better deal out of that. It was much warmer. But he went and edited a whole heap of stuff while I kept running around with the cameras and just snapping photos, capturing stages, all the rest of it. And then middle of the day, we caught up. He had edited a bunch of things, and it was then just about chucking that stuff on socials and then almost rinse and repeat all the stuff I'd captured while he was editing. We did a midday dump, and off we went again.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive to be able to do that and put up all that content throughout the day.
How many pieces of content did you get up on Saturday?
On Saturday, it would have been 30, 60,
76
70,
is the number I remember. 76, yeah. It's a bit long.
How many did I get up in 3 months? 2 posts.
Good. All right. So we splitting barricades is the barriers. Sorry, splitting barriers. These were two. Josh, we got a photo of this one. This is the two like traffic barrier, water weight sort of things. I'm talking a big game here, and then hopefully.
I think you've got it.
That's the brief from the last one. That was the last one.
Burning rubber. Next one.
That's the burning rubber brief.
Yeah. Let's keep on going through.
There we go.
That's
Found it.
Nice one.
But no, have you got a photo of the things? There's the water weights. That's what you're looking at. There you go. Those things there. Nice. So I think Trent originally had planned for you to shoot through the gap on those things there.
Right.
Notice that you're not shooting through the gap on those things because you literally couldn't see through the scope if you did that. I guess these things do vary from
bit too tight
from brand to brand, and this particular brand couldn't work.
Yep.
It might have actually been a combination of that, and then also they weren't far enough apart because we're on a limited range width-wise, and so we couldn't get far enough apart to actually get sort of the 5 meters or so we wanted. So shot off the edge. How were they to shoot off, Andy?
Relatively stable. If you put your bag in the right position, maybe closer to the edge or like either to the edge on the side or either the edge on the front and rear, they're reasonably well. I found if you sort of went into the middle, they were quite sort of bouncy because they are just like hollow plastic things.
Sure. Yep.
But no, pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty solid.
I'd shoot off them again in an urban environment.
Okay. I don't know what that means, but all right. 10 seconds a piece. 10 seconds a piece. Is that a stage that rings any bells?
10 seconds a piece. Doesn't.
This is a triangle stage.
It is the triangle stage.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I have the old Corsify because on mine it is called 9 seconds a piece.
9 seconds a piece. Oh, you got a bonus second. There you go.
Yeah, you guys were lucky.
Flick on, and that's a slightly out of proportion diagram because some of those bolts were a bit too high.
Yep.
There you go. How was this thing to shoot off there, Andy?
That's not too bad again. If you've got a game changer, you can sort of flick it over those pegs or the bolts there. I do remember, I believe it was a reasonably small target, the first target when you're prone.
171 mil target at 489.
Yeah.
Yeah, reasonably small.
Yep, and the prone shots. And then I think as soon as I went off the posts, I just did not hold enough wind, and I think it took me 2 or 3 positions to go, oh, that's where they're going. Let's give it more wind.
Okay, and then move on to side hustle. This was a tank trap, and we had something else as well involved in this one here. There's the barrels. Oh, yeah, the blue barrels.
Yes.
The old chemical barrels. Snowtown barrels.
Yeah. Again.
I remember growing up, there was a band called Snowtown Barrels. Did you ever hear them play?
No.
No. Okay. It's a great name for a band. Anyway, sorry. Just got slightly distracted there.
Really catchy.
Really catchy.
I don't have the barrels for that one, but I have the
same
tank
one.
trap. Never mind.
That's not it.
Josh, you're all over the shop on this one.
I am.
First time.
Good. Okay, there's a tank trap.
Yep.
Look at that. Okay. There's a tank trap in all.
And there's another tank trap.
There's another tank trap.
There's 2 tank traps.
And there are the barrels.
There we go. The barrels
They're in the background.
Oh, yeah,
That's
the green ones, not blue
They're
ones.
not blue.
They're not blue.
Green.
I'm remembering the ones in Darwin.
44-gallon drums.
They are. They are big drums. Cool. All right. Sweet. So did you play the drums? Do you enjoy the drums?
I do. I used to play the drums.
Okay.
I've got a drum kit, but still packed up.
Okay. We should do it. We should have a 3-way drum off one time.
Ooh.
Because I'm not I've started playing drums like a year ago.
Yep.
With not a lot of practice. Josh plays drums.
Ooh.
I played.
I
think I have played them once in the past 4 months.
Yeah, so the excuses have already been loaded soon.
Yeah, okay.
So early next year we're gonna have a drum off.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, all right. And
bring the kit up here. Actually, bringing the kit up here. This would be a good spot for the drum
Well,
kit.
I'm gonna bring the electric one in so we don't piss the neighbours off too much.
That's no fun.
And it's also a bit easier to capture.
I don't know. Let's just bring all the acoustic.
Let's bring
kits
all of them in. Let's do that. Righto. Now the one. So side hustle. Anything you want to say? Side hustle. Do you remember anything about that one?
Don't actually. It's all a blur.
Yeah, it was a blur.
I need photos.
All right. Crop Patrol. Now, this one was interesting.
That one was
This
interesting.
one was interesting. So let's delve into this one here.
Yep.
Andy, there's the stage brief.
right.
Josh, you had the stage brief up on the screen before. Can we bring up the stage brief for Crop Patrol?
We can. There it is.
There it is. Now, so we had a. I don't even know what that crop thing related thing goes behind a tractor. One of them.
It sort of plows and folds.
plow thingy.
Yeah, folds the soil.
Righto.
Let's go with
there
that.
You go. Let's watch the stage brief, my friend.
Yeah, so 90 seconds, 10 rounds, unlimited equipment, but all within arm's reach.
Yep.
Now the targets. We've got a 285 millimeter rabbit at 501 meters.
Yep.
Another rabbit at 458 meters.
Yep.
Another rabbit at 406 meters. A roo at 406 meters.
Well, a roo's head.
A roo head, sorry. Yep. So it's 150 millimeter roo head.
Yep.
And another roo head at 352 meters.
Okay.
So 5 targets all up, and you've got 3 different distances.
Lots going on.
1, 2, 4 different distances. Yeah, you see already.
You're
I was
struggling.
already struggling with this.
Now that beast, I saw the movie. Have you got a photo of the plow thingo that we're talking about? There it is. Look
Yeah.
at that thing.
Yep.
Now
It
that-
was solid.
That was rock solid. That thing was weighty as. It took about 6 guys to lift that thing.
Too bad I wasn't solid.
Yeah. I was going to say, how was it to shoot off?
Yeah, I believe I just used the single game changer on it.
Okay.
And like I had been throughout the rest of the day, I probably should have used tripod rear.
Yep.
Just to, try and get impacts and get points that way.
Gotcha.
Because
that's the name of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Impacts are worth points, not sending 10 rounds.
You don't get a quantity discount, no.
No, that's it. But, so the stage brief would be shooter start prone position behind the rifle, magazine inserted, bolt back. On the start signal, shooter will engage the far rabbit and far roo with 1 round.
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking far rabbit at 501 and the far roo at 406.
Yep.
With 1 round each. Shooter will then move to the marked positions. This is on the plough. Move to the marked positions of their choosing on the plough and engage the far rabbit with 2 rounds, hit or miss. Then we'll continue to engage the rabbit's far to near, moving position and target every 2 rounds. Finally, shooter will pick any marked position on the plough and engage the near and far roo with 1 round each. So there was a lot of target transition and a lot of positional transition as well.
Mm-hmm. Just looking through the scores, you didn't do great on this one.
No.
26th overall. You got 2 points.
Yeah, it was rough.
Sorry to bring it up.
That's all right. It was rough.
Good.
Yep, I definitely did bomb that one, and I find some of those stages where there are a lot of positions and a lot of transitions, target transitions, I do slow down a bit with them. But yeah, again, I should have used tripod rear just to get solid.
And then there was a similar stage, which was, have you got photos of this next stage? Can you get the gate, Josh? Which is shooting off a gate, and also I think from a mock car spotlighting setup. Same targets, similar thing. How'd you go with that one, Andy? I imagine some of those positions would have been a bit difficult for you. You got a photo of that one, Josh?
I do have a photo of that one.
Yeah, that'd be very good.
I think I did okay. Not really well, but okay. I think I did maybe about 5.
Some tripod rear getting used in that one in this photo.
Yep.
Okay, so you did all right.
I think it might have been about a 5. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Sweet. And the other thing that you guys can sort of see hiding in the background, Josh, I don't know if we got another photo of this stage. No, just the one. So in the background, you can sort of see a car door up in that top sort of left-hand side. And that car door had a seat mounted to it. And so you could sit on the seat or sit near the seat or lean over the seat or do some seat-related activity.
That's it.
And shoot out the car door. So that was good. So this brings us to Saturday night, Andy. And Saturday night... How did you feel going to dinner Saturday night?
I felt confused.
So first up, where you saw, how did your body recover from the day?
Yeah, it was all right. Yeah, I think I had sort of not done anything too crazy or too strenuous. Like looking back at some of the videos and the footage, I definitely noticed I was moving a lot slower. I was picking the rifle up with 2 hands instead of normally just yanking it up and getting under the one hand under it.
Yep.
So I was definitely moving a bit slower, sort of taking my time.
But you were confused. So the body was okay, but you were confused.
Yeah. So body felt all right. And I was a bit confused because by then a couple of the guys had been saying, you're doing really well, you're shooting really well, and you might be up there. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I mean, like, missing half the targets.
2s and 5s and 6s and 4s. And
Yeah. So, I was just like, I don't really know what's going on, but apparently I'm doing all right.
Okay.
And like, this is just me during a match. I don't typically try and keep scores of other people. I'll try and keep scores of how I go and try and improve on that. But I'm not too much of a person to, compare throughout the day.
Yeah, you just go and shoot your match. Worry about your match. Okay.
That's it. So I really didn't really know where I was sitting compared to other people. I thought I was just going average. So I was a bit confused and a bit like, if you guys reckon I'm shooting well, cool.
All right, lean into it.
Let's do it.
So then we announced the scores on Saturday night of how everyone was going. Where did you end up, Andy?
Turned out I was sitting in first place on Saturday night.
Yeah. Nicely done, mate. How'd you feel?
Overwhelmed and a bit, I don't know how that happened.
Did it change your mentality for the next day?
Yeah, I think it did.
It did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
let's not jump ahead first. So I was having a conversation with one of the guys there, and we were talking about, the win and the challenge and that sort of gear. And he was saying, look, best strategy today is taking it slow. I said, I think that's why Andy's doing so well, is because he's taking it slow and he hasn't really got a choice. He's like, and the guy I was talking to was like, you sort of, that's the plan. then sometimes you get in the swing of things, you start pushing a bit harder, and then you go. I think actually I was chatting this on Sunday morning.
Yep.
And I said, I think that's the difference between why Andy did so well and why others weren't there. Not necessarily that Andy's the best shooter in the crowd, which is a bit of a dig at you, but also I don't think you'd actually take offense to that. You'd probably go, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
But the difference is that, like, the strategy for that day, because the winds were so bad and you really need to take time to watch a wind and think about it, was that from watching you shoot, you just took everything quite slowly. And that way you could, like, make a wind assessment before every time you pull the trigger. Maybe not every time, but
Let's say I did that
regularly. And whereas, and I said to them, I said, yeah, but like your plan could be to go slow and then you get behind the gun and in the rhythm and away you go. Whereas if Andy does that, he's going to be feeling it, like proper feeling it. So his resistance to actually going faster or anything is probably a little bit higher. And now, interesting, you said you watched the footage back and you actually are noticeably slower and, doing things like picking up with two hands and just wandering it into position rather than doing anything crazy.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think that played into your advantage, that you were forced to go slower on day one.
Yep.
Because of not the injury, but the surgery.
Yep.
And that probably played to your advantage. Now, not to take credit away from you shooting well, but is that a fair observation?
I think, definitely that I reckon played a massive part. I did find myself on the binoculars spotting a lot more than I normally would.
Okay, interesting.
And trying to figure out what the scrub looked like.
What the hell is going on?
Yeah, what does the scrub over there look like and where are the guys missing? And then what are the flags behind us doing compared to what it's doing down there? So I did try and look at the wind a little bit more.
Yep.
Some of the stages, I remember one other thing I'd ask the guys, what did you hold and where did you start? And, one person would say one thing, another person would say another thing. And I was like, I'm just holding center. I'm just going to hold center and see what happens. So it was tricky. Sometimes I lucked out in a bit of good weather conditions and, as a storm front rolled through or, wind picked up, it's sort of, I don't know. But I think that definitely played a part where I did slow down. I did take my time. Sometimes I definitely made a conscious effort to watch that first shot, see how the plate swung or where the dust kicked up and things like that. And then the other aspect, which I think I've brought up a few times before, is I quite often catch myself in the last stage of a day or the last couple of stages of a day when I'm just like, you know what? The day's over. Let's just have fun. I usually do better. Yep. So I don't put that pressure on myself. So I think that whole day I wasn't putting pressure on myself because I was just there to really just have fun.
Yep. Okay.
Interesting.
Interesting. All right. So day 2.
Yeah. Pressure's on.
Pressure is on. Pressure is on. Josh, what did we do Saturday night? Anything interesting?
Saturday night was a quiet one, actually.
Very quiet, wasn't it?
It was very quiet.
Friday night we went out for espresso martinis.
Well,
traditions.
Yeah,
good.
Of course.
And we actually went out with the sponsors, which was really good.
Nice.
But, all right. Anyway, so we'll skip over that.
Moving on.
Sunday. Sunday. Actually, is there any comments we need to reply to or questions or anything, Josh, while we're at this sort of there's less stages on Sunday?
No, not really, actually. Most people are they're just chatting away to themselves.
You guys entertain yourself.
They're just here to chat in the background.
You guys have I hope you have a wonderful time in the comment section. And if you need us, let us know. Otherwise, we'll just keep doing the thing.
That's it. We're here for you, but that's fine.
That's look, you guys do your thing, we'll do our thing, and hopefully we all have a good time. All right.
Yeah.
Good. I think I'm out of booze. You do you, but only once. Speaking of which, this is the next day. So it's Sunday morning. You woke up, I hope, and things we got the stage brief up, ready to roll. But I was just going to ask you, Andy, you woke up, anything you did differently Sunday morning? Were you mentally thrown? I did cut you off a little bit before where you were talking about sort of where you were for the match. So how did you approach Sunday morning?
Yeah. I think
did you walk around like I'm top dog? Like, yes, got this. You guys are going down.
You see, I tried to play it cool and not think about it. I think one of those things sort of gets to me, and then you try not to talk about it or whatever. And then you get up to the range and everyone's like, oh, well done, Andy. Like, big day today.
Yeah.
You better, keep it up. And it's just, it's like, oh, damn it.
All right. Well, one more quick question then about today. Well, no, not one more quick question. One more observation about the Sunday. So Trent had gone out and thought, man, I've made a match here that's just like full on. So he did tweak a few things on the stages. Now, nothing drastic. I think the KYL stages changed a little bit. And a few little things like that, right? Nothing crazy, but just a few little tweaks. And then Sunday, the weather was predicted to be worse. And how was the Sunday weather?
It's actually quite reasonable.
It
was nice.
The wind was like blowing, but it was like comfortable beard blowing. It was like blowing through your beard in like not a crazy like beard off to the side way.
No.
But in a nice sort of comfortable like rub my beard way.
Good breeze. Like it was a good steady breeze, I think, for the majority of the day.
Yeah.
And a lot of sunshine, a bit more sunshine, wasn't it?
Do you know what goes well?
Yeah.
With a nice sunny day and a breeze in your beard is the bearded chap. And the bearded chap has just brought back tobacco and vanilla beard oil. This is your one. This is the one, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's your favorite.
Yeah.
So this is a limited. So for those who don't know, we are sponsored by the Bearded Chap. The Bearded Chap is Luke himself, and Luke is a shooter, which we love. And also they make some amazing products, which we also love. And we talked about a little while ago about being ambassadors and sponsored for the podcast and stuff, and we were like, well, we use the stuff anyway, and we would happily talk about it. We already do talk about it. So yes, please. So you guys can go to thebeardedchap.com/impact or use the code IMPACT, which the website's up here somewhere, and you will be able to go and support the show, support a bearded shooter owner of the company. But this is a limited edition one that they released a little while ago, the tobacco and vanilla.
Oh, you have to get it. You just have to. It just, This
is one of those ones where 100% of the times it works 100% of the time. That's just, put it on, Andy. Put it on. It's just, you can't resist it.
Oh, jeez.
It's irresistible. But Josh is probably going to start moving over towards our table shortly because it's that good. It is. I only bought it because I really wanted to just put it on. It's great.
Yeah, That's
the bomb, isn't it?
That's my special night.
Classic.
That's my special night. Like going out to dinner with a few people.
So you wear it every podcast night?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Definitely a lot more came out than I was expecting.
I get that a lot. Right. So thebeardedchat.com/impact. Go there. You'll be supporting the show. You'll be supporting Luke, who is a shooter. He's real into shotgun at the moment.
Oh, cool.
That's right. We'll work on him. And so you can check that out and the Bearded Chat. But yeah, this is the tobacco and vanilla beard oil. It is so good. I'm so stoked. When I saw the video that Ryan put up about them coming back and this one's coming back, I'm like, yes. It's my favorite. I like the gin and tonic one as well, but this is also.
It's so smooth. It's smooth. It's
not just for your beard, it's for your face as well.
Yeah.
Probably isn't, but anyway. All right.
I'd really like that. It's just like a scented candle or something. That would yes.
Come on, Luke, get onto it. Scented candles. That's what our podcast is missing. Speaking of scented candles, so the wind was not significant enough; it would have blown out a candle on the Sunday. It was a lot calmer. It was still wind. There was still wind,
and it did
a bit switchy.
Did change a little bit,
but it wasn't
as drastic, and it wasn't as abrupt.
It was shootable. It was readable. If you shot well. You were rewarded for it. If you shot poorly and you didn't pay attention, you were still punished. So that's it. So you do you, but only once. Do you remember this particular stage, Andy? This is
Sure. Got a picture?
Is there a photo of this one? Not a brief, an actual photo of this one, Josh?
Visual cues.
Yeah, there's some visual cues will assist.
There actually is, and it is the man himself.
Oh, there you go. That's
look
you.
At that.
That's you.
Yep.
Oh, this is the
I
one.
I do remember this one.
Tell us about it, Andy. Tell us about it. You're in the photo. You're the star of the show.
Oh, dear. All right. So this
with
was...
your tobacco and vanilla beard oil.
I think there was 7 positions all up.
Oh, wow.
And you shoot 2 or 3 shots from each position, I believe. Let's go with that.
Yeah. There's just wrong with that. No one will.
So you only were a kite.
Why is your head glowing red?
Oh, there's just so much colours around.
There's an aura around your face and your whole head of glowing red.
I'd like to say
Josh,
that's
is that an effect or is that
No.
just someone behind you
Someone
wearing
behind
a
me.
vest?
It is, yeah. It is just captured perfectly that you've got someone around.
fantastic.
Oh, Josh, I know we're going to do a video on like the best photos of PRS for 2022. Can that be one of them?
There's something just glowing about me,
Your
isn't there?
face is just glowing. It's just got this aura. Anyway,
King Carlos right there.
okay, good. Carry on. What were we talking about? It says some stage
Yes,
or something.
I believe
I've
there
lost
was-
interest now.
All right.
Glowing face Andy.
Yeah, I'll read through it. So 130
Please
seconds.
do.
This one had 14 rounds, unlimited equipment, but must be within
solid round, a solid stage. Yeah.
14. Yep, 14 rounds, 130 seconds, unlimited equipment, but within arm's reach. There were 2 distances, 450 meters, 367.
Yep.
At each distance, there's 2 targets, a large one and a small one. So shooter start port arms behind the marked position, magazine in, bolt back. On the signal, the shooter will engage the near left and right target. So near left and right target from any of the first 4 marked positions they choose. The shooter will then engage the far left and right targets from any of the next 3 positions they choose.
Okay.
All positions can only be used once. So what was that? 4, 5, 6, 7 positions, but I think there was 9 available positions.
Yeah. Okay.
So it was
Right, cool.
So it was interesting. Some people
Hence
chose
that you do you.
Yep.
Yeah, but you can only do it once.
Yes, some people chose some sort of positions and other people chose others to sort of play to their strengths and the
Yep.
timing. I chose to, I don't know if you got a photo of it, but there was a gate there as well.
Okay.
And one of the positions was prone, and then you could also shoot off the gate. So I tried to go prone through the gate and then lift the rifle up straight onto the gate
Yep.
on the first rung and sort of do prone again.
Sounds great.
Took a little bit more time than I thought because I was battling a tripod as a rear support and my stomach was a bit sore, but that's okay. We got there.
All the challenges. All right.
Yeah.
So we had that one there. PRS skill stage 3.
Yep.
Cable run.
Yep.
Cable run was like cable drums.
That's it. Yep.
Yep. Okay. And was that exciting stage? Was that good? I see there's a 114 mil target at 316 meters.
Yeah, that was with like a troop line style, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yep.
it was. Yeah, 5 targets, 316, 365, 419, 465, and
Yep.
504.
Yep.
Maximum target size, 200 mil. So not big targets.
No.
Yeah. Solid positions to shoot from on those cable drums.
Yeah, there was a mixture of on top of drums, on the edge of a drum, and in the middle.
Okay. Did you feel at home because it was drums?
Yeah.
Okay.
Both electrically and the sound acoustically.
Yeah. Okay.
But again, tripod rear for the majority of it.
Mm-hmm.
It was a very tripod rear heavy weekend,
Okay. Nice.
which is good. I'll probably end up using it more often.
There you go. All right. Interesting discussion. Know your wind pursuit. This is a bunch of square or rectangular type targets.
Yes.
Oh, you were giving me the knowing nod.
Oh,
You're
well,
like,
there was.
Oh, I remember this one for bad reasons.
No, it wasn't too bad.
Okay. All right.
Oh, hang on. Was this out of the
There
ute?
it
Was
is.
this out of the ute tub? Was this the last
I don't
stage?
know, Josh. This is not the last stage for you, I don't believe.
Okay.
Know your wind pursuit. Josh, do you have that one?
Sure do.
It was out of the
was
ute
out of the
tub. Okay. There we go. Righto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finished the Sunday on this one, and I did not do as well as I wanted, and I know why.
Which was?
I can't.
Oh, interesting.
So there was,
Interesting. Okay.
On-
Tell us more. This is a 500 meters.
yeah. So on the first,
Or was it 400?
Was
Is
the-
this one that Trent changed back to 400?
I think he brought them in 50 meters,
Okay. Something like that.
something like that. But anyway, on the first KOL rack, which is the closer one,
Yep.
the smallest target,
Yep.
I think I missed 2 or 3 times, and it took me that many shots to look over and go, gee, my rifle's pretty candid. I'll just bring that back a little bit,
Oh,
and then I
dear.
hit it. And it's,
Okay.
yeah, it matters when the target was, how big was that smallest target?
114 millimeters.
Yeah,
Not big.
not big.
Not big.
Hmm.
Okay. All right.
So
Very
I
good.
think I might have gotten a 4 or 5.
And that was just out of the back of the ute. That was sort of nothing special about
any
positions.
equipment.
Yep.
A lot of people used a bag on the front and then tripod rear,
Yep.
or a pump pillow, or squeezed a big bag and sat
Something
behind
like
it. Yeah,
Okay. Cool. Natural habitat. We got a photo of that one. Do you remember
yes.
natural habitat?
yeah, that was cool.
Yep.
These ones I think a lot of people do enjoy because they're using like tree branches or, you know, something to do with the natural habitat.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there we go.
Go.
Like
Oh,
the
it's
tree.
me again.
It's you again.
How about that?
Right. It's like Josh has chosen photos of you.
Yeah. Well, I just look good. So
Sure. It's that he's the filter he's put over it.
thanks.
Right.
I'll send you that cash later. Jeez.
That sounds good.
Yeah, I mean, these ones, although it's, you know, a very similar position to other obstacles and barricades, sometimes shooting off a branch or something that's natural.
Presents its own little challenges.
Or like a stack of rocks or something that's different. They definitely can present their own challenges. So, yeah, this was cool. And I believe most people ran it in the same way with the front bag and tripod.
Still
rig.
solid, still firm to shoot from? Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Very good. Under and over the pitch. Josh, have you got one of those? Photo from that. We'll see whether you can pull it off without pulling the screen back. Oh, okay. Oh, right. So this is an angled.
It's me again.
It's you.
It is you.
It's all you.
Jeez.
Makes sense. You're on the show, so it probably makes sense to use photos of you.
Remember that money, just double it now.
Okay, so this is like a rooftopy looking thing, angled barricade type thing.
I reckon these two I started on the Sunday. This one I struggled with as well. Again, there was a fair bit of movement, and it started underneath with a tripod shooting through a window.
Like this.
I like that one.
Like that.
Oh, this is a little. Okay, so I can describe this one a little bit more.
Yep.
So you had that little setup, and that was actually between two benches, and you had like a little roof built over the two benches.
Yes.
And so you had to get in there with your tripod and shoot through a little hole.
Yep.
And then come out of there and then shoot over the top.
Yeah.
I observed this one a little bit.
Yep.
So I missed lots of the match, and I was off doing other things and getting dinners ready and halls set up and other bits and pieces.
Yep.
But I remember seeing this one.
Yeah. And that first position up on the roof or to the left-hand side was all offside or support side.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So they did throw a little bit of that support side in there, which is good. I found that I burnt a lot of time underneath, just stuffing around and getting comfortable. One of the things that I didn't do that I definitely should have is lock in the legs of the tripod.
Gotcha.
So I set them out. The front two were great. They were locked in and sturdy. The one coming back towards me, I didn't. And every time I shot, it would just
move,
seep, drop down a little bit.
Gotcha. Yep.
But, you know, lessons learned.
Lessons learned. Very good. And that was a match. I just ran out of stages. I just saw that.
Yeah.
So 6 stages on day 2.
Yep.
Reasonably high scoring stages though. So that does help.
Brought my book, I would have had all my...
Oh, well, we don't need to see that.
That's all right.
Yeah, because...
it's all online.
Well, you didn't come first.
No, pressure got to me.
However, look, to credit where credit is due, give us a quick overall of Sunday. How did it go for you? Was it obviously more comfortable conditions?
Yes.
And do you feel that was beneficial to you, or was not great? Other people caught up on you, or what was the story?
Yeah, I think on the Sunday it was a little bit of that mental game, knowing that I was currently in first, and the guys were not far behind me. I think it might have been 1 or 2 points behind me.
Sure.
Actually, Guy was drawing with me. I only had him on time.
Oh, really?
And then I think the next person down was only 1 or 2 points off. So
it
was a very top
close.
Yeah, top end. So, and then that sort of pressure of, oh man, I've got to keep this going. I've got to, keep up the intensity and get some points. I think putting that pressure on myself, I sort of might have dropped the ball a little bit.
Yep.
Even though the conditions were good.
Yep.
But still a good day. There were, a few of those stages where I just bombed out with the plow, and that rooftop one wasn't too good. And then the tub, shooting the KYL stage. There's just a few stages that I went, nah, this is not going to plan. And then I remember one of the blokes on one of the stages absolutely ripped it and got 13 or 14 points on one of the stage. Oh no, maybe 11 out of 14.
Yep.
And I'm just thinking, he's caught up. He's in the lead now. He's gone. He's way in front.
But to your credit, sorry, bearded chap with your oil, but you ended up on the podium for the first time at a PRS match.
Yes.
Well done. Third overall for the match.
Thank you.
Now, the big thing, though, I mean, great credit to you. Great. Excellent. Well done.
Yeah, cheers.
It is the finale, though. So there's a bit more focus put on the overall season. So shout out to Guy Jackson, who interestingly enough, didn't win a match all year.
Oh, wow.
But came first overall.
He's consistent.
Which is we say it so often in the sport, but consistency is such a key thing. So congratulations to Guy who did that. Anthony from New Zealand.
Yes.
Came in second.
Yep.
And then followed by Plushy.
Yeah.
our podcast
That's it.
regular guest. Plushy came in third. And yeah, the finale really, Ash Porner came in fourth and Lucas came in fifth.
Yep.
What did you see? Were you sixth?
Sixth.
You were sixth.
Yeah.
Just out.
Just out.
Well done though. But that leading into the finale, those numbers, that order was not there. They were all very close and tight. But that finale is weighted a bit heavier. It's 1.5 points versus 150 points rather than 100. And so it is weighted a little bit more, but it can really make or break.
Yeah.
And that Saturday punished a lot of shooters.
Yeah, that's it.
Interestingly enough. So.
I think going into it, I was sitting at 8th.
Yeah, right.
So I was able to claw a couple back, but not
well
quite
done.
enough.
Not quite enough, but still pretty darn good.
Well, I'm stoked.
Still
with
pretty.
how it went.
Is it? And so the trophy stopped at fifth.
That's
So
right.
you just missed out. At least you got to walk away with that. So.
That's it. Yep.
Very good. Now we need to get into our other quick topic for the evening: the Golden Yeets.
The Golden Yeets.
The Golden Yeets are back. And so the Golden Yeets, for those who aren't familiar, are a series of awards that we bestow upon individuals or organisations.
Without their knowledge.
Without their
sometimes.
knowledge, and that mostly don't care. But some do, which is nice.
Yeah.
And so the Golden Yeets this year is going to be a little bit different. Not much different, but a little bit different. So voting is open now, so you can head to impactdynamics.com.au and you can go and vote. Now, not all the categories are there, but we should go through what categories are there, Andy.
Yep.
Do you remember what categories are there?
There's a few good ones. Yeah, I remember a couple.
Yeah, I can
few
tell.
good ones.
There are a few good ones. Okay, so we have some regulars, which are the rifle innovation of the year, the optical innovation of the year, and the accessory innovation of the year.
Yeah. They're the ones I remember.
They're the ones you remember, the ones that I said. Yeah, cool. So these ones here, you can go up there, you can nominate whatever you like. And so the indication, a rifle innovation of the year is basically anything that makes a major component of the rifle. So from trigger to chassis to barrel to cartridge, anything that's sort of core to a rifle existing comes in the rifle innovation of the year. We use innovation of the year because it doesn't have to necessarily be the best rifle or the best whatever it is. It's the best sort of associated thing. And innovation is what we love to see.
Yeah. Some form of new product that's come out and a bit different maybe.
Or whatever it is.
Yep.
Optical innovation of the year, much the same thing, but within the optics world. Accessories is anything outside of those two. So
optics, we're looking purely optics that mount to a rifle?
No, we are not.
All optics.
Any optical device. It could be a thermal for some reason. It could be binos. It could be whatever it is. But optical innovation of the year is that.
Cool.
Accessory innovation is basically anything outside those two categories. Yep. So anything that you might bolt on in some way that isn't like a core part of the rifle. So trigger, basically something that the rifle couldn't run without is part of the rifle.
Yep.
So a cartridge obviously is sort of cool. We've snuck it under there. And so, that chassis, barrel, action, trigger, that's pretty much it. But a bipod or something on those lines, that'll all fall in under the accessories.
Plates and Arca rails and things like that.
Whatever. Or completely different. You might bubble level. There's like a revolutionary bubble level that's come out. Whatever it might be.
Cool.
Then we've got the non-game changer award of the year. Now, you've won this.
I have.
At least once.
That's it.
And this is awarded to a product or person or organization that is over promises and under delivers.
Can this podcast win it?
It can definitely be nominated.
That's it.
It can definitely be nominated.
I know what I'm doing right now.
So the non-game changer award. Over promises, under delivered.
I'd say
Here we go.
the finale, I was quite the opposite.
You were.
Under promised and
Well,
over
there's
delivered.
no chance of you winning this year.
That's it.
So you're safe. You're safe.
Yes.
Yeah, well done. But that is the
I'm
top
still
of
going to nominate you though.
Okay.
the thing is that this came about because so many people use the word game changer.
That's it,
right. And they're like, the Sierra brought out the game changer projectile, and they were polymer option. Yeah. So, all right, good. Way. ID episode of title of the year. It's always a good gag, so you can go and choose which one of those ones. Any notable that spring to mind, Josh? You often name the show.
I don't know. There's just too many wacky ones.
Okay.
They all blend together.
Yeah, too many wacky ones. That's the
Yeah, that's a
episode
good
title
one.
for this one.
Yep.
There we go. Channel podcast or page of the year. So we like to recognise someone that's doing well, or a channel that you guys have got heaps of value from, or like whatever it is, and preferably it doesn't have to be a newcomer. It can be someone established who is like really up to this year and really jumped on it. So that would be good. PRS match of the year is returned because we've actually got PRS matches of the year.
Yes.
Now, this one, there we go. Crowd is going wild for that one. So we got all the PRS matches there. These are the Australian PRS matches. Just pipe down back there. PRS matches of the year. And so that is there. Now, a couple of new categories this year. Oh, sorry, one more that is regular. The meme of the year.
Yes.
Of course, the memes and
Gotta have the meme of the year.
fingers crossed we might have a special guest to cover the memes of the year. But anyway, we'll see how we go. Memes of the year. So if there's any memes, link them in. We want to see them, and then we'll talk about them on the night and have a giggle. We hope to have a few people in here for an audience, and they can have a giggle as well. So we have a few additional categories this year.
Yes.
All right. So the additional categories are stage run of the year.
Sorry, I heard sexiest.
Yeah, we'll get to the sexy bit. Yeah. This is not the
He's
sexy
just off
bit
in
yet.
his own world now.
Stage run of the year. Should we go into the sexy part?
No, I'm still at stage run of the year.
I just want to, I'm edging you out there. So stage run of the year, there is a whole stack of stage runs that have gone up on the Impact Dynamics channel. They're all in a playlist. The playlist is linked on the website. You can jump over there and have a little look at all the stage runs.
Yep.
Andy, I believe you feature in us in one or two of those stage runs. But
I am voting for them.
It's not
Quick,
necessarily
delete.
It's not necessarily the shooter.
Yep.
It's not necessarily the stage.
Yep.
It's both. It's how the video looks,
Yep.
what do you enjoy. So there's a whole stack over there. You might learn something from it. You might love the stage.
Yep.
You might love the shooter. That's also okay. It's acceptable. But tell us which stage run of the year you'd like to nominate. Sexiest rifle of the year. So we have nominated. Now this one's going to be voting a little bit different. This is not voted on the website. This one is going to be up on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok.
It will.
This is going to go up in the week of the show. So the week before the episode
Cool.
launches, which is the 16th of December is when the episode is. And so you will be able to go over to somewhere on the socials and vote for your favourite rifle. So there will be, I think, 5 or 6 rifles will be nominated that we've chosen.
There's six rifles.
6 rifles. So 6 rifles that we've taken photos of at PRS matches, which you're nominating as the sexiest rifles of the year, and you guys can vote. Now, I will throw my hands up on this one. My rifle is in there, the rainbow rifle.
Oh,
I understand.
I can clarify though that these were not picked by you.
These were not picked by me. No, these are fantastic.
Yeah,
No,
they are
that
good
is
photos.
incorrect, Josh, because I did request one particular rifle to be included that you didn't include because it's a great looking rifle.
That is true.
And it wasn't mine. It was another rifle that I quite like the look of. And I said, hey, where is that particular rifle? I'm not going to say which one because I don't want this.
fair enough. Yep.
And you're like, yeah, I had a photo of it. It's a good looking rifle, but it didn't have the bolt in it. I'm like, that doesn't matter. It's okay. Rifles. Now I've given away which one it is.
You have now.
Okay. Anyway, you guys.
I'll pick another photo. That way no one knows.
It's a good looking rifle.
Put another photo of rifle without a bolt.
there is some good looking rifles. You guys tell us which one you think the sexiest is. That'll be purely based on votes, although Andy, yourself, myself, and the others in the room will have a vote as well. But
I foresee many Andy Little accounts popping up.
Andy Little, Andy Big, Andy Small,
Andy Little 1, Andy
Large.
Little 2.
Go on. Have you Googled me yet?
I try not to.
All right, then we will also have photo of the year. Now, Josh, you've just started in the last couple of PRS matches doing photos from there.
Yeah.
But you have nominated your 10.
It is 10.
10 best, not favorite, best photos from the PRS season this year.
Yep.
Joshua, again, these will go up on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok, and you guys will be able to tell us which of these photos that you like the best. Now, these are not necessarily Josh's 10 favorite photos from the year that tell the best stories. These are photos that he thinks I think are the best looking photos from the year.
Yeah.
I only say me because I chose one of them. I'm very proud. But I got to choose one of them. And
Cool,
so there are those ones there. So photo of the year. And then the last one, and this will only be decided on the night. This will not go out prior. Is that correct, Josh?
I believe so.
Yeah. So we will. This is funniest podcast moment of the year.
Oh, right.
And so this will be played. There'll be a handful, I think 3 or 4 of the moments that I don't know what they are.
Yep.
Josh is going to choose them, or actually I think it's going to be the boys here that edit them.
Yeah.
The guys here that edit them, they're going to be the ones that actually
They've
choose. 'Cause
seen all of them.
Josh is a little bit too close to this as well because he is in some of the
I have already got my favorite moment, and I hope it wins.
All right.
Ooh,
Well,
okay.
Good. And so if you like things like plushie flexing, perhaps that might win, or you like plushie putting actually, they're all plushie ones, aren't they? I've just worked
They
this
are
out.
all plushy ones. Actually, no. There are some Andy ones. I know
all
some
right,
Andy
cool.
ones.
So,
It's fine.
so the guys here who edit these shows will actually be the ones that choose what those are.
Yep.
They will get played on the night, and based on the reaction of the people watching online, the people in the room, and ourselves, we will nominate the funniest podcast moment of the year.
Cool.
To be very self-indulgent. So you guys can jump over, and for the far majority of those categories, you guys can vote and let us know what you think.
Yep.
And that will certainly steer our discussion on the evening as to deciding a winner for each of those categories. impactdynamics.com.au, and you go there and you can vote for the Golden Yeets. If you're in Adelaide, or you can get to Adelaide that particular night, the 16th of December, jump onto Facebook. The details are on there. But you can come and join us in this room if that's the way you're inclined to.
Hang out with us.
Hang out with us before and middle after the show.
Yep.
And the details are on there. But do that. We will be here. We'll be slightly different set, but we'll be in this room. You guys can sit here and yell and scream. Not too much. That's I haven't thought this through, have we?
Well, they can. We just won't acknowledge them.
Yeah, but he'll anyway. So
Just put a screen up.
put him in a different room. No, anyway, it'll be a good night. It'll
That's
be
it.
good fun, and we'll be able to do all of this. So that's 16th of December.
Yep.
That is our last episode for the year as well. So, guys, jump in on that. We have also some hardy stuff to give away, but we're going to save that for the next episode. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks for the next episode. That was the PRS Vortex finale for 2022. Andy, well done. Coming third in the finale, 6th overall. Good stuff, and we will see you guys in a couple of weeks to talk about scopes. Hey, Josh.
Sweet as.
We will.
See ya.
See ya.